it's official. I got an email from my director and his other guy, and they said that I do not qualify for the deferred resignation program. So I'm sitting at my desk at work and just got that email. So it's official. So now we move on. All right, well, as you just heard right there, it is official. I got an email today, not from anybody. The email that I got was because I requested, or I asked a question. It wasn't because it was an email that I was due. What the hell did I just pick up and throw away? The fuck? That's weird. I thought I picked up a chocolate chip, a little something for my granola bar, and threw it away, but I picked it up and it felt like a dead fly. Makes me wonder if, I don't know. Go check out the Fly Swatter episode. I'm going to end that there. So I didn't get an email from OPM or the government or anything like that. I asked my director, okay, my director said, "Hey, dude, the fuck's going on?" He said, "Hello, Mr. Sessions. You don't qualify." And I said, "Sick, bro, preach." So long story short, it's not officially official, but it's pretty damn certain. So I'm just moving on. So kind of got an answer today. That's what that was about. And yeah, I want to do better at documenting things like that as they happen, as opposed to talking about them later on, because I think that's cool. You know, I was literally at work reading the email as I got that. And honestly, the email was a sentence. It said, "Hey, Mr. Sessions, yes, we are WCF, so we do not qualify for DPR." So the man made a typo, or he thinks it's DPR. So deferred package recognition. I don't know. Not a lot of smart cookies up there, but it's all good. Now, anyway, that's that. Now, I just spent the last, 10 minutes wrestling my computer because it just wouldn't load. If you have a MacBook, you'll know that if you swipe down with 4 fingers, you can access more windows. If you swipe up, you can access the desktop views. And I was trying to figure out if I can make something happen where I set up a podcast view. So I have my voice memos, I have my notes section, I have the Podbean app, and I'm ready to go. And the Finder, so I have the files, and just be all ready to go. Matter of fact, let's try to do that real quick. Let's go ahead. Let's do this live. Okay, we're going to go to desktop 2. Oh, how do I? So if I want to open up desktop 2, can I not do that? Okay, so I have a calculator. It's open voice. Can't do it. It's interesting. Okay, well, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Can I just get rid of that one? Getting pissed. Hold on, almost there. Can I just get rid of it, please? Okay, there we go. Fuck's sakes. Okay, so anyway, I'm just trying to figure this out because it's just so annoying. I'm just trying to be better with the... Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's dive into the show. Fuck me. Where's my mouse? Okay, there it is. Okay, so yesterday I talked about...
Don't do that.
God damn it. What's up? Okay, Alex. So yesterday I talked about... I'm really all over the place tonight. I'm so sorry. Talked about the PAL, the Progress and Accountability Log. So for March 3rd, I want to restart this whole show. From March 3rd to the 8th, my focus is meal prep, no fast food, vitamins every day, gym every day with making a schedule, and then read daily. So today I read, I hit the gym, took my vitamins, did not eat fast food, and I successfully meal prepped. So meal prep is done because can't do anything else can't do any more meal prep for the week because I don't have more containers unless they get here, then yeah. And yes, that's the one thing I don't have to worry about for the rest of the week because I'm done. So it's just the no fast food, take vitamins, hit the gym, and read. And I already read today. So I did everything. I'm good to go. And I'm just keeping myself accountable by reporting back here. So good to go. So going off I don't really have much else to say. So I'm going to talk about that Momentum 52 bullshit. I don't know if I talked about it a lot, but yeah, so I was just brainstorming more ideas with it, and it would just be another free program like the Blade. If you wanted to get the Blade program, get your shit on track, then you would just go to episode 3 of the Allegiant Excellence podcast, and you can get it there. It's free. It's 100% free. You can also go to my Instagram and get the PDF download if you want. And see, yeah, it's episode 3. Sharpen the blade system. So you just tap on it. Oh, hold on. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Allegiant Excellence podcast. My name is Bryson. I'm the host of this shit. And yeah, so go check that out. We've got 4 5-star reviews over there. So if you have left a rating over there, then thank you so much. Matter of fact, I'm one of those 4. So 3 people left a review. That's very cool. Appreciate the support over there. But yeah, the Blade, Sharpen the Blade system. It's a framework to get your shit together. You just choose some tasks, you stick to them, you level up, keep going. That's it. Now, the idea with Momentum 52 is something to the extent of start with a set of tasks and you do those for weeks at a time. Now, you go from, you just pick. We'll say from Sunday to Monday, whatever. Or from Monday to Sunday. And then once that Monday hits, you start a new set of tasks or a new task. It would stack, not a new set, what it would stack. So let's say that the first week I want to do a role play. One role play a week. Then the second week it's like, I don't really want to add anything else. I'm just going to do 3 role plays this week. And then the next week happens and then you say, I'm going to keep on doing 3 role plays, but I'm going to start journaling for 5 minutes before bed. And then you do that. And then maybe 3 more weeks go by and you decide, okay, yeah, I'm just going to do 15 minutes before bed now. And then maybe by the midpoint of the year, there's 26 weeks. And let's just say you stack onto these tasks, which I define as you have a task, and then rather than choosing a new one, you just add on to it by increasing the difficulty or the quantity or the value or the whatever of that specific task. So you could do that with the amount of times you do something. So if your goal is to hit the gym 4 days a week, then you could make the next week 5 days a week. You could make the next week after that 6 days a week, and that would be 3 weeks. So you're not really doing anything extra or more tasks or worrying about more things, but it would be just the one thing at hand. So I'm trying to iron out details and work out the kinks of this idea because I like it a lot, and because I thrive with stuff like this, being able to commit to something and then be able to have some sort of at least self-recognition of, yeah, I did this for a week. Now what's next? Let's add on another task. And then it's more of a challenge for me. I like that stuff. It's kind of where the Blade came from. And I'm just trying to iron out the details because I want to make it so that it's not, brutal by the end. Because if the idea is to have a task added per week and you do that every week of the year, that's going to be 52 things that you're doing at the end of the year. Halfway through, that's 26 things. Even a quarter of the way through, that's 13 things. And, they're not big, huge, long tasks that you have to do, but they are things that you have to be aware of. So, for example, if I'm doing 10 things, that might be, I don't even know, getting my steps in, meditating, visualization, ice bath, sauna, gym, meal prep, protein, water intake, read. I don't know. But that sounds like a lot of shit going on all at once. So I was like, that's not the goal, and I only said 8 things there. Can you imagine having 52? Because I sure as hell can't. So yeah, just trying to work it out. And I came up with this idea of you just pick 10 things or something like that you're just going to focus on, or maybe just 5. We'll just say 5. And after a certain amount of time, hold on, what am I thinking? You would pick 8 tasks or something like that. And they don't have to be tasks. They can be things where you abstain from something or whatever. So rather than adding stuff into your day, you could take stuff out. So maybe one of your things is no sugar, and the other one is wake up on time, and the other one is don't stay up late. So those things right there don't cost you shit. Matter of fact, they're going to save you money, and they're going to save you time, and they're going to make things better for you. So that's 3 tasks right there that don't take anything from you. I guess they actually do, but they don't take any extra, I don't know. They don't cost anything. They don't cost time. For you to get up on time, you're probably getting time back. For you to go to bed on time, you might be losing time, but you'll adjust, but you're going to feel better because you're sleeping well. If you say no sugar, well, that's good. So you don't have to worry about it. It takes more time to eat sugar than it does not to eat sugar. If you say you don't want to have caffeine, you're going to save money on, so that's what I'm trying to get at. So you might have 10 tasks, but maybe half of them are things that you add in, and maybe that totals up to an hour per day. Once you have those 10, every week thereafter, what you're going to do is you're going to pick the task that is the closest to being autopilot for you. So maybe you have 10 tasks and you find that hitting the gym is just second nature, and that's not really a difficult thing for you anymore. So that would drop off, and then you would pick a new one to add on to the 10. And then you would rinse and repeat. Once those things become ingrained in who you are and your lifestyle and things like that, then from there on you just do that, and then you'll reset one per however many weeks or whatever. I don't know. That's one idea. That everything I just said, that's one idea. Another idea I had is you can break the year up into 4 equally divided quarters of 13 weeks. So one block of 13 weeks could be focused on one part, one aspect, and the next could be focused on another. The third could be focused on something else, and the fourth could be focused on something completely different from everything, or it could be the same or whatever. And I just like the idea of stacking throughout the year and allowing these things to build momentum over the course of a year. But I don't know how it would work with having 52 things, because where does it end? If somebody's a hardcore momentum 52er, then they're going to get the full year done. And then what? They just keep on going. So by the end of year 2, they're going to have 104 things they got to do every day. What the fuck do you mean? And again, it could be, I'm just going to paint an example because it's so silly. Let's say that my goal is to do 100 push-ups a day. I could start with 1. And if that's brutal for me and I can barely get 1, then the next week I'll focus on 2. And then for 100 weeks straight, I could get 100. And so therefore, at that point, it wouldn't be 100 tasks, but it would be 100 times I improved or increased or made it more difficult or challenging or pushed myself, and just did that for 1 week only. That's the whole point. That's the best way I could explain it, actually. And yeah, the idea is that it can be done alongside the blade, because the blade is you choose 4 tasks, technically 3. You don't choose the rigor, but you'd have those 4 tasks that you do every day for a month. But then, excuse me, I'm so tired. But then for the Momentum 52, M52, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. I'm pulling names out my ass right now. We just thought about calling it stack 52, 52 stacks, 52 momentums, 52 mentos in my Coke. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just trying to iron out details. I think that'd be cool. I would love that. I love that. It's actually kind of what the Allegiant Excellence podcast challenges are about, because every week it's a new challenge and you can stick with it or not. And there's proof, because one of the challenges was to have no caffeine for the whole week. Ever since then, I haven't had any caffeine. So as simple as 1 week, I just decided, no, I'm good. Now, I'm not anti-caffeine, by the way. I'm just choosing to abstain right now, and just trying to figure out if that's something that I should have in my life, and if so, how much, and if there's an amount that works, when, Because one thing is for certain, because I love caffeine. I love energy drinks. I love that stuff. One thing is for certain, I think from here on out, I'm never going to have caffeine 2 days in a row. Got that from Chris Williamson. And let me see if I can find it really quick. But he talks about how he doesn't have caffeine more than 2 days in a row, just to maintain the potency of the caffeine, so that when he does need to focus on some work or get some stuff done, he's got that. So let's see. Chris Williamson, caffeine 2 days in a row. Let's see if I can find it. It should pop up. See, never miss 2 days in a row. It's Chris Williamson. It's like caffeine. I'm trying to do caffeine. Let's see if this is it.
500 days without caffeine, which was incredibly illuminating. It reminded me that most people are totally dependent on their coffee intake to facilitate their not only performance but literally just their life. And that's not the way that it should be. Like when you hear people talk about caffeine, they won't say I'm tired. They'll say, I need a coffee. You can be tired and not need a coffee. If you can't function without caffeine, can you really say that it's a performance enhancer? No, it's like mandatory. It's like air. It's not assisting your performance. It's required to get you from negative back to baseline or neutral. The other thing that constantly being reliant on caffeine does is it papers over the cracks of why you're tired at 11 a.m. in the morning every single day. It shouldn't be the case that you're tired at 11 a.m. I did 500.
That wasn't it.
And this is my favorite rule from James Clear, which is I did 500 days without caffeine. Wow. Just to see what happened. Yeah. I did 1,000 days without alcohol.
Did you notice any difference though from like 6 months to 1,000 days?
From alcohol, yeah. And that was mostly consistency of habit. And now my rule
Right here.
after 500 days without it is never do it 2 days in a row. So if I have it on one day, so I've got 25 milligrams there in a drink that we're both having, I won't have it tomorrow. And that has kept my sensitivity level super, super dialed in, which means that even 25 milligrams for me is just enough. And now my rule after 500 days.
Oh, that's it. So I don't know which
I
podcast.
have caffeine 2 days in a row. And that just means that my tolerance is super, super, super low. It means that when I actually take it, I feel it. Now, my process, after having reintroduced caffeine every other day, I never do 2 days in a row of caffeine. So I've done this monster today, which is why I was vibrating at the start of this podcast, because I'm not used to. How much is in this?
150 milligrams.
150?
Yeah.
Okay, that's less than I thought. It felt like a lot. That'll be the most caffeine I've had in a day in a long time. Killcliff, they do a 25 meg, which is really nice, and they do a 125 as well. Jocko Go is 90, so that's like my usual sweet spot. I can't ever have caffeine 2 days in a row.
So that's the idea. So that's for sure. I want to try that out and go from there. So if I can keep the sensitivity to caffeine higher and then reap the benefits more often, then I would like to do that. So, and the idea there, I mean, if you listen to him, he said 25 milligrams was making him feel something. I feel like I would have almost a full gram per day, and I nothing would happen. And I want to be able to have these things as boosters rather than sustainers. Is that what I was trying to say? I'd rather have the boosters, I'd rather have caffeine be a booster for me, not just a regulator. I think that's what I was trying to say. Meaning, I would like to have caffeine give me the edge and the extra focus and the extra productivity, and not just be what I need to survive, to function. So I think this coming Saturday, it'll mark 5 weeks without caffeine. So that's cool. I went the first half of 2023 with no caffeine. So that's cool. And the only reason why I went back on it actually was because there was a new flavor of Rain. It was a Rain energy drink, if you don't know. And it was a tropical storm flavor. And it was good, but it wasn't the greatest. And that was when I was a FedEx driver as well. So I definitely wanted some boost, running door to door. For the record, by the way, my record amount of stops per day is 374 in one day. Did it by 7 p.m. So if anybody can top that, let me know. I'm really proud of that. I flex that all the time because people, a little side tangent, people who work for FedEx will just always flex their stop count, and they're so concerned about however many stops somebody else has. And every single day, hey, Bryson, how many stops you have, bro? And I'm like, oh, fucking 20, bro. I don't know. And they're like, oh, I got 180, And, again, going on record, none of those numbers mean anything if I don't know what the route looks like, if I don't know how easy it is, if I don't know what you're driving, if I don't know if you have both doors or if you have to wear your seatbelt or if you have to turn the truck off. All those variables play into, what's fast, what's a lot, what's not. Because certain routes you have, I can't believe I'm talking about FedEx right now. Certain routes you have 60 stops and it takes you 10 minutes to stop, so you're out there for 10 hours. Other areas you have 374 and you're getting about 40 to 50 done an hour, So I think I was doing about 35 average an hour because it took me, because I left the terminal around 8, finished around 6-ish. That's 10 hours. But real quick, if you're doing 30 stops an hour, you are at a new person's front door every 120 seconds. Every 2 minutes that goes by, you are on another person's porch. So that might not seem like it's very fast, but to be in a truck, park it, grab the package from the back, run to the door, drop it off, run back to the truck, start it, and then do that for 10 hours straight and be at someone's porch, a new porch, every 2 minutes on the dot, that's fucking fast. Not to mention, some of those are way longer than 2 minutes because some people like to order dog food in packages of 30 that all weigh 500 pounds each, and they have about 30 steps to get to their front door and shit's on the stairs. So that makes it hell. And those same people also like to bitch and moan that their boxes are destroyed. And their neighbors actually like to order workout equipment. And, you know, they just said, please bring it down to the basement and install for us and do it in 3 minutes. And if they don't, then we'll fire you. Seems like the type of shit that we go through. But anyway, I miss FedEx, not going to lie. Anyway, that's the whole thing for Momentum 52. I'm just brainstorming ideas with that. The other thing that I wanted to go over is I came up with this idea at work today, and it's a way for me to get testimonials and written reviews and stuff like that for free. And it also builds goodwill, in the words of Alex Hormozi. And that would be to build a shit ton of free programs and make them so nice, just a lot of ebooks, right? But actually make them nice for different types of people. And I came up with this idea. I would make 13 programs. They'd all be a month long. They all be 4 weeks, more specifically, because if you have 4 weeks, then you can times that by 13, you get 52. It's funny that we have, 4 weeks is a month. It's like, well, yeah, but then there's 2 days, sometimes 3 days that are just forgotten about because, when people calculate their paychecks, it's always my monthly amount times 12. You actually need to times it by 13 because of the depending on if you're paid weekly or biweekly, you have those extra pay periods because nobody calculates that shit. And I think it's funny. So anyway, 13 programs of 28 days each. And the idea would be that they all focus on something, for example, phase 1, we'll call it, would be for somebody who's brand new at the gym or needs a refresher or just wants to start and nail the basics or whatever. I'm going to be careful with the labels I give it. And then you have phase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And each one would just build off the last one. And how you would get them would be you start with whatever one you feel like you need. And then to get the next one, you have to send me a before and after or a written testimonial of how you did the first time with the first program. And then that gives you access to the next. And then that would get me more testimonials, more social proof, more stuff like that. Now, that wouldn't happen overnight, but it would be something. And I would also have a shit ton of free value to give out to people, which is never a bad thing. And it would be fairly simple to make all those programs. It would just take some time. I would just make all the programs myself and then have ChatGPT format them so that I can just copy paste everything and have it look very nice. So again, I'd make the programs, the reps ranges, the rest, all that stuff. And then I would just have ChatGPT format it so I can copy it, paste it, make it look nice, make it look ebook formatted, and just make it presentable and make it, just make it look nice. So thought about that and I was like, maybe I'll start working on that. And I did. Actually, I got phase 1 done today at work. So not super high priority, but it is just something that I was thinking about. So, anyway, I think that's it. I think that's it for today's show. It's 8:20 p.m., March 4th, 2025. I almost said 15. It's Tuesday. Did I say that? Don't know. Okay. Well, that's it, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, then please... I forget I have an intro now. Yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a rating. Peace. That's it for today. If you got some sort of value or you were entertained, please consider leaving a rating on the platform that you're listening on. It helps a ton. If you are looking for a more polished version of this show, you can check out the Allegiant Excellence podcast where I go deep into mindset, discipline, fitness, and personal development as a man. And don't forget to check out the links below and read the description. There are sometimes things written there that didn't quite make it on the episode. So thank you so much for your ongoing support and a guy that has massive ambition but nothing to show for it quite yet. And as always, thank you for taking time out of your day to listen and support. I'll see you tomorrow.